back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast.
Welcome back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast, the only podcast that former Licey baseball great Enrique Byrones says makes players fuerza en la cabeza. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here. The time is now. We're taking it from the clouds to the dirt where it can grow, one episode at a time. Showing up, being present, and knocking down those mental and oftentimes emotional barriers that get in the way of consistent and confident performance outcomes. Today, we're wrapping up the 10 pillars of mental performance mastery with a big one. Pillar number 10, the right culture. Look, if you're serious about reaching the top, you've got to surround yourself with people who push you, hold you accountable, and live by the same high standards. The best teams in the world don't get there by accident. They have a culture, a shared mindset, the same boarding pass, and a set of behaviors that keep everyone focused on the mission. You want to win consistently, perform confidently, and in control of what you can control and letting go of what you can't. You've got to build and protect the right culture. So what is the skill of the right culture? Creating the right culture isn't just about hanging some quotes in the locker room or saying the right things. It's about setting a standard. It's about what you see and feel more so than what you hear. Culture is how you treat each other, how you handle adversity, and how you perform when it counts. Look, the best teams play the best when it means the most, right? It's a shared commitment to excellence, accountability, and respect for each other in the game. Here's the thing, a winning culture doesn't just happen. It's built day by day through consistent behaviors, communication, and commitment. So what is culture? It's not just an add-on to the team strategy. It is strategy. The best programs do not separate culture from strategy. Culture is the foundation of everything: recruiting, skill development, or mental performance. So what is culture? Culture, as we define it, is a set of intentionally defined beliefs that drive behaviors which produce results. It's not what you say you believe, but what you live every single day. Let's talk about the performance pathway. This is the blueprint. Leadership drives culture. Culture drives behavior. Behavior produces results. Culture is what sets the tone for everything: how we act in the dugout, at practice, and in life, how we respond to challenges, how we stay connected as a team. Let's talk about the 5 steps of defining a culture. Number 1, identify the MVP, the mission, the vision, and the core principles. To build a culture, start with your MVP, your mission, your vision, and your core principles. What's your mission? Why does the team exist? What's our purpose? The vision. Where are we going? Who do we want to become as players and people? And core principles. What values guide our behavior every day? We have to use actionable, clear language. Don't say, we're a family. Define what it means in practice. Does it mean accountability? Does it mean trust? Make sure everyone on the team shares the same definition and understanding. Family can mean 40 different things to 40 different guys. Step 2, define your above and below the line behaviors. To align your team, you must define the behaviors that reflect your mission and principles. Above the line behaviors are intentional actions that push the team forward. Below the line behaviors are reactive actions that hold the team back. For example, above the line behavior for a player: hustling on and off the field, staying locked in mentally and physically pitch by pitch, encouraging your teammates, being a we over me guy. Below the line for a player could be complaining, bad body language, getting defensive, aka BCD. Don't blame, don't complain, don't get defensive. Align your behaviors across 3 different areas: as a person, as a student, as an athlete. Person, character and accountability; student, focus and preparation and learning; and as an athlete, effort and attitude and mindset in competition. Step 3, assess the current culture. How do you know if you're living your culture? You evaluate. The tools we use for assessment are a 1 to 3 scale. We can rate behaviors. 1, never aligned. 2, sometimes we align. 3, we always align. The second way we can do it is with a well, better, how. We can reflect on what's going well, what could be better, and how to improve. The third way is a 360 feedback. We can collect anonymous feedback to identify trends and patterns and then reflect on those. An example of feedback would be, what are we doing well? Coaches carve out time for mental game and preparation. What we could be doing better. Practice plans could be communicated earlier to help players and parents and coaches prepare. Assessments give clarity and direction for what to improve next. Step 4 is create an intentional growth plan. After we do our assessing, we build a growth plan that strengthens the team alignment with its principles. So start identifying one behavior to add, stop identifying one behavior to eliminate, and continue identifying one behavior to reinforce. What are the results of this? Reduced stress, stronger sense of purpose and togetherness, greater focus and intensity, improved self-discipline, more meaning and enjoyment in the process. We forget that fun and enjoyment and love is at the top. When everyone owns this plan, the team continues to thrive and starts to thrive. Step 5, we teach, reinforce, and sustain the culture. Culture isn't built in one meeting, it's reinforced every damn day. So how do we do it? We create routines. Reinforce your mission, vision, and principles with pregame focus, in-game resets and releases, and post-game evaluation and execution journals. We have to model above the line behavior. As coaches, we need to bring the juice. You all know when you're juiceful, you're useful. When you're juiceless, yes, you're useless. And what's the juice? It's join us in contagious energy. Because if we don't, why the hell are the players going to do it? We're going to celebrate wins. Even small victories matter. Use challenges as teaching moments. Ways to implement this: pregame routines. Use ball, mental imagery, and meditation, something we use pregame. So we breathe, body scan, affirmations or signs of success. We look back at our best performances and look ahead to our next performance. We visualize success before stepping on the field because, as you know, things happen twice. First in our mind, then in reality. A one-word focus. Pick one word to center the mindset. Is it compete? Is it breathe? Is it confidence? Is it execute? That's for you to define. Team energy. Hustle on and off the field. Encourage your teammates, we over me, and bring the juice, pitch by pitch by pitch. In-game release routines, very important. We define release routines in 3 different ways. 3 ways. Physical action, breath on a focal point, verbal trigger. Physical action, step back, adjust the lid, unstrap and strap on the batting gloves. If you're a pitcher, wipe the rubber, right? If you're a position player, wipe the dirt. If you're in the grass, outfield matters. Pick up some grass, squeeze it in your hand, release it. Then we use a breath on the focal point. We like to use the left field foul pole. Left field foul pole, let it go. And then we go to a verbal trigger. Breathe, let it eat this pitch. Boom. If you can't release the previous pitch by going through your 3-step release process, then we can use a release statement at the end of using our 3-step process. So after the physical action, the breath on the focal point, and the verbal trigger, we can go to the release statement. What? So what? Now what? What meaning what happened? Okay, you booted a ball. So what? Meaning what's in my control, what's outside of my control. Now what? Next pitch, this pitch, right? Post-game reflections. Very, very critical. Your 3 at-bats turn into 6. You face 5 batters, that turns into 10. Use well, better, how reflections in post-game execution journal to talk about what went well, what can be better, and how do we improve for the next opportunity. E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. You can't control the event, but you can damn sure control your response. We have very little control on what goes on around us, but total control on how we respond. This process isn't just about winning games. It's about building a culture that creates confident, consistent players and strong teammates. The best teams have the best teammates. When we as coaches model these principles, the dudes will follow. So let's own the process, not be obedient to it. Let's own it. Let's create an environment where players thrive, play loose, free and easy, and have love for the game, love for themselves, love for the teammates. Simple. You know what? The best is yet to come, and it takes what it takes if you can do this. Para mis jugadores latinos, más línea, más vida. Hasta la próxima, recuerda, si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, empieces esa mierda hoy. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared ball player in the future, you start that shit today. It takes what it takes, and the best is yet to come. Also, a little bonus here. I got some recommended resources to build the right culture. Number 1, Above the Line by Urban Meyer. 2, Coaching for Character by the great Bruce Brown. 3, Coaching the Mental Game by the one and only, one of the guys on the Mount Rushmore of coaching the mental game in Big League Baseball, the great Harvey Dorfman. And Win Forever by Pete Carroll. The Culture Code by Dan Coyle. And The Winner's Manual by Jim Tressel. And let us not forget number 7, Heads Up Baseball by the great Ken Revisa. That wraps up our 10 pillars of the mental performance mastery system, a system that we largely use to build the system around how we coach the mental game. I'm sure other programs have heard of, Game Changer or what's the Landmark, I believe is one. Find out what works for you. I'm not the voice in the mental performance arena. There's many people out there. Make sure you find the right fit for you. We've covered everything from mindset to motivation to time management and organization to process over outcome to routines and habits and now culture. Remember, culture isn't just something that happens. It's built, maintained, and protected by every single member of the organization and the team. Whether you're a leader or a new player on a squad, you have a role in creating a winning environment. So take these pillars, apply them to your game, apply them to your program, and watch how it changes your approach, your mindset, and of course, your results. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the 10 pillars of mental performance mastery. And you're not just building skills, you're building a mindset, a team, and a culture.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.